The Mediterranean program is a vast program. We are working all around the Mediterranean. We have long-term MAVA partners. There are some partners that started working with Luc Hoffmann, then working with MAVA for 20 years, typically big conservation organizations like WWF or BirdLife, IUCN. But there's also some very small and local organizations. That's what's interesting. It's the entire panoply. We are really focusing on threats that we are likely to make a difference in the few years we still have to act in the Mediterranean. And therefore, in the marine, we have been concentrating on fisheries and the impact of fisheries on cetaceans, sea turtles, sharks, but also on the fish resources.
On sait qu'en mer d'Alboran, donc qui est la partie la plus à l'ouest de la Méditerranée, en contact avec l'Atlantique, c'est une zone de passage, de migration pour certaines espèces de dauphins, d'orques, de cétacés. Et donc on a une certaine compétition entre les cétacés et les pêcheurs. Et un des succès, ça serait d'avoir en mer d'Alboran justement ces interactions qui soient réduites au minimum pour qu'on ait une activité de pêche qui soit durable et qu'il y en a aussi des populations de mammifères, de cétacés qui ne soient pas impactées par une activité humaine.
The link between human and more biodiversity aspects is something we've been working on at MAVA for a few years now. Nature and culture, we're encapsulating it this way, and how we need to have a holistic approach to the conservation of landscapes, for example.
In the Mediterranean region, we have a really fantastic combination of humans and biodiversity. It would be good to see that traditional practices can find a way to be sustainable, because it's a huge fight like David against Goliath, where you have small markets with very localized products, very short economies competing with global scale economy.
The idea being to amplify what we're doing, because if we just work locally, it will be great, will be wonderful, but what's next? What we want to do is not only having the famous success, but also having a potential for amplification.
This is, I think, a pioneering exercise and a very good example of what can be done at Mediterranean level to be replicated elsewhere.
There is much more to do for conservation and sustainable economy than what we can support all together with our funding. So really there is a level of consciousness that we need to work together. We have a lot of dialogues with donors, lots of exchanges. We're inviting some donor partners to our meetings and vice versa. We are visiting each other's project. We're really trying to put on the table what it is we're doing, making sure that some big conservation organization take part of the load that we were carrying so far and bring it further than 2022.